and talk about two improvising concepts. They're simple to understand, but can really be challenging and challenge you at any level, really. The first one is a rhythmic concept, and it's as simple as leaving space. If you relate improvising to conversation, if you imagine someone's talking and they're talking and they're talking and they're not leaving any space, and it's just a continuous stream of words, it gets very, very boring, very, very quick. However, if you leave space, let the listener absorb what you just said, and it will also give you time to think about what you're going to say next, then what you have to say is going to come across more clearly and be more powerful. And it's exactly the same with improvising. So I'm going to just put on a loop and show you this. This is just a kind of G loop. The challenge with this is leaving enough space. So you have to force yourself to really leave space. And I would recommend recording yourself and listening back just to see if you are leaving lots of space. But let me try and demonstrate this. I'm really trying to consciously stop myself playing things, and I'm trying not to just let my fingers run away with themselves and just play stuff. I'm really trying to use that space to kind of think about what I want to say next. So you might have to force yourself to take a whole bar or 2 bars rest, or take your hands off the guitar. That I used to do that a lot. That was a really helpful one. But the concept is, as I say, is very, very simple. Just leave more space. And if you start recording yourself and comparing what happens when you deliberately do that, I think you'll notice a big difference. The other concept I'd like to introduce here is just a very, very simple one. It's call and response. You've heard it in the blues a million times. You could call it question and answer. But basically the idea here is that your phrases relate to each other, and then, you know, it sounds more like you're telling a story. So you can do this in a more involved way. I did a video a little while back called Heads and Tails, which is all about just extending and extending using this concept. But the basic concept itself, if you haven't dealt with this, is really, really valuable. And it applies when you're composing music or improvising. You know, a lot of stuff that we do when we improvise is directly related to composing and vice versa. So I'm going to play over that same loop and just show you what I mean. So I'm going to play an idea, and then I'm going to respond to it in some way, and then just keep repeating that pattern. The ideas themselves are not what's important so much as the way you respond to what you just played. And again, these two concepts really go hand in hand, because if you leave more space, you've got more time to think about how to respond. And you'll notice, I think that, you know, that's the way I played in both those examples, that there was a combination of both things going on. So I hope that's helpful. If you enjoyed that, give it a thumbs up, comment, subscribe, do the YouTube stuff. I'll see you for the next one.